the thing for the buffer for OBS. PJ here, just by myself for the moment, but in a little bit I will be joined by my lovely girlfriend CC Rise, and we're gonna play some Kirby, although not before I went through some great difficulty to make today's stream happen. Well, I'll explain later. Let me just tappa. Oh, I need to adjust my microphone. There we go. Tappa out my messages. And my links around the internet. Big fucking bucket of mac and cheese. Ah, the Discord server continues to be a bastion of only the best kind of discourse. Submit this to the Trans Gamers subreddit again. Yeah. I'm good at Twitch. Live with Kirby's Adventure. Now, I don't know how much of this game I have left. Hopefully I don't beat it in the time that it takes Carrie to finish her thing. Okay. I believe that is about the size of what I needed to get done. Hopefully this controller cooperates. I was testing a little bit earlier. I could not find the connecting cord for my DualShock, so I am using an old Rock Candy Xbox 360 controller, which is a little bit temperamental. In particular, the power cord for this is starting to go, and it is not afraid to let me know. Let's try ducking in here. What's going on here? Oh, we got a boss in here. Alright. Well, a mini boss, I guess. Come on, then. Headstrong to take you on. Headstrong to take on anyone. I bet I have to eat those boulders and spit them back at him. I bet that's the gist. Oh, well, I could try just like shooting water at him. Is that an option that I have in my arsenal at this present time? It really, ooh, that's not good. Really doesn't seem to work because just my little water spout is so short. Which is also true of something in bed. See, if you just give the vague outline of a sex joke, you don't actually have to make the specifics of it work. Okay, I guess you are supposed to just do that then. Which makes the actual hard part just not getting picked up by this weird grab attack. I'm not quite sure how I avoided getting hit there. I don't know what power this guy could give, possibly, but it better be good. Okay. No? Alright. Well... Come on. There we go. Throw. Oh, why? 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 What the heck was that all about? The ROM sped up and I accidentally hit the select button and lost my power. Alright, well we're having a lovely start to our stream today. If things continue to go south, I will just play something that does not require a controller, or I will try to use the keyboard, although that's always a questionable prospect with this sort of game. I actually used to own a little, I don't know how to get to that. Used to own one of those little, I forget the name of the company that made them, but, little, Nintendo, like, oh, wow. A little NES, USB controller. It was made out of real cheap plastic, though, and I think at some point it broke. I know I don't have it anymore, I just can't quite remember why. Oh, good gracious. Doe I missed. Yeah, that's basically the story of my life. Hello, DJTC. Here, hopefully this one will not cause me to careen into the abyss anytime I activate it. Although, yeah. Life is hard. There we go. Maybe I should have saved that, I don't know. At least I got a 1-up. Most games of this era used some kind of icon for a 1-up, and Kirby, it just says what it is. I appreciate that kind of straightforwardness. I always liked the look of this game, never played it though. I recommend it. It's, oh, good lord. Really not playing very well today. Hello, Go-Go. Oh. Yeah. Okay, are we back now? Like I said, this thing's power cord is real fussy. You look at it the wrong way and it'll unplug. I can just go over all this, can't I? That's kind of cheating, though. Or is it? Oh, no. No! How much did you miss? You missed me dying, like, actually 8 times in a row. But that was all. CC also isn't here yet. She just got home, and she has to eat something, because I guess she's been out all day. I don't know if she was working or what, but she'll be joining me shortly. Anyway, yeah, I recommend Kirby. It's one of those NES games that's actually held up remarkably well. It's not too many. For fuck's sake. Oh my. Well, that's embarrassing. Maybe I'll try it someday. Yeah, like I said, recommendable. It's also not very hard to find a working ROM of this. It's, in fact, I'm pretty sure that it's not that hard to, I know I got 2 Kirbys on the mini SNES. Those are probably, well, I don't know what the second one is, but the first one is probably, Kirby Superstar, which is sort of like a, more sophisticated, little bit version of this. I like that game a lot, too. Kirby Golf. I didn't know there was a Kirby Golf. Also, congratulations on getting the mini SNES. I know those things were... Why is it doing this again? Alright, you know what? I'm sorry, Rock Candy Controller. You've had your time in the sun. I think I'm gonna need to get rid of that one of these days. Unless I can figure out how to fix the power cord. Let's see here. Okay. Player 1, standard controller, and I will just try to use my keyboard, I guess. Alright. My little brother got it for me for my birthday. I was so surprised. That's cool. Alright. I really don't like playing games like this with the keyboard, but I don't really think I got much of a choice at this point. The great irony, of course, is that I actually ordered a new controller off of Amazon the other day, and it should be arriving tomorrow. But that, of course, does not help me today. I do have a USB keyboard I guess I could use if I wanted some slightly finer. I don't know why I am apparently so unable to get across this little section here. Alright, let's it's hard to do with a keyboard. Yeah, like, I don't know. Oh, for God's sake. Like, a good keyboard, it's not so much of a problem necessarily, but, ooh, the cutter. That's actually probably pretty useful here. But, like, a real janky keyboard, like the one I got on this computer, it doesn't really work. I do have a USB keyboard I guess I could dig out and use, but at some point, the juice just isn't worth the squeeze. At least, that's what my mama always said. Kirby wants to go to hell. No, he's a good boy. Also, DJTC, if I may ask, you don't have to answer this if you don't want to, but how did you come upon the stream? I tend to put links in a couple different places around the internet, and whenever I see a new face in chat, I always kind of idly wonder where they came from. Ooh, got a sword boy up here. I would like that sword, if you don't mind. Yeah, thank you. Swing! From the Trans Gamer subreddit. Okay. It's good that people come from that link. I always post that, and I kind of wonder if I'm being a bother. But they haven't told me to stop yet, so I don't know. Good lord. Allergies, asthma, yeah. Actually, once you get used to it, this isn't too bad. Come on, frog. There we go. Although my hand is resting very uncomfortably on the edge of the laptop, which is not fun. There we go. Does this hurt me if I... Yeah. Isn't that the point of the Trans Gamer Reddit, though? I believe that it's more, for, like, people who are looking for groups in games like, you know, Dota or whatever, who happen to be trans, but I'm actually not 100% sure. Their sidebar is not super extensive, so I don't know. I know r/MTF is like really picky about what you can submit as far as self-promotion goes, which is why I kind of don't bother with that one. I know a friend of mine tried to advertise their server there and was basically told to F off, so... Yeah, that kind of is the struggle with Reddit. But, you know, the occasional new face makes it all worth it to me. Let's go. As I said earlier, I don't know if you guys were around, but I will be joined shortly by my girlfriend. She's heating up some food. Right, those bomb boys. Sword? Having a munch before she comes on the show. I don't quite know what we're going to do after this. I was planning to do a Super Nintendo Roulette again, but I don't know how viable that's going to be with without a controller. maybe I will play something else instead, or maybe we'll try it anyway. I don't quite know yet. I feel like if I had the hammer thing, I could pound on this and it would take me down there. To the Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home? That's not really the cadence of that song. It's more of like a yowl than a soft little song like that. But, you know, I'm not really much of a singer. Moai heads. Someone needs to do a study on the odd, like, fixation on Easter Island heads in video games. I don't quite get it. There must be some reason behind it, but I don't know what it is. Heck. Ah. Alright. Yes, Orange Ocean. Let's try this once more. Did get Grim Fandango for free the other day. Because they're fun, distinctive, and easy to model. I mean, it might just be something like that, like the thing about Mario being a plumber because, like, mustaches and overalls and a hat are easier to draw than, like, hair and such. Or at least they were back in the 8-bit days. It could very well be something like that. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Parasol. Ah, shoot. I guess, like... Like how Kirby was a placeholder, but everybody loved him, so there it goes. Yeah, I guess so. I think I knew that about Kirby at one point, but I must have forgotten. He kind of looks like a marshmallow to me, like round, like one of those round marshmallows you get in ice cream, not ice cream, hot cocoa sometimes. Hello, Cece. Let me check the Discord. Hello. Oh, it's still authenticating. Hello?
Hi.
Hi.
Can you turn on screen share so I can see the thing?
Yeah. Hey, did you hear the earlier thing about my controller, or were you in the kitchen still?
I only just got here.
Okay. So, I can't find the connecting cord for my DualShock. So I tried to use an old Rock Candy controller I had laying around, but that thing kept disconnecting, and at one point it turned turbo on, just like by itself. So now I'm using the keyboard, so I don't know for how long we're going to do this, because it's kind of awkward.
Okay.
So I might stream something else, I don't quite know what.
I mean, if you can't find the cord, you could always try and format the Bluetooth.
I guess I could. I don't know how much charge it has left, though.
Fair enough.
I also don't know how to format Bluetooth. I've never done it before.
It's not that hard.
Alright, well, next time there's a lull in the gameplay here, you can walk me through it a little bit, if you know how to do it.
I personally haven't tried it with a PS4 controller, but I could.
Alright. Also, babe, you went to space again for a second there at the end.
Wow, great.
Something, the Krylon sector.
That was the Caprulu sector.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know my StarCraft super well. UFO.
Yeah, no, Krylon's a brand of spray paint.
Oh yeah, it is. I forgot about that. I forgot about this one, the UFO. I like it a lot.
It's good.
It's very good.
It's good because it's 3 powers in one, basically.
Yes, and also you get a cute little UFO to ride in. I want a UFO. Babe, can we get a UFO?
Let me just call up my dealer on Mars.
Isn't there like
Come
one of
to
the
Olympus Mons used cars dealership where you can read the best deals on UFOs on this side of the Milky Way.
Crazy Kazorko's used UFO dealership. Used FOs.
Used FOs.
Alright,
U doesn't stand for unidentified. We know what it is. It's a fucking 1979 Ford Miata. The problem is that it's also a flying object, so it's a flying object.
Alright, let me go get the PS4 controller and you can try to walk me through this.
Alright.
I'll be back. Of course, now I can't find where I put the damn thing. DualShock, where are you? Alrighty, I have returned. I found it. So how do I do this?
Okay, apparently to use it, you would need to download a program as a pass-through, so...
Is that program...
It's not as ideal as I would have hoped.
Is that program DualShock 4 Windows? Because I have that. Yeah, I have that.
Okay, yes it is. Yes it is.
Okay.
So if you already have it installed...
Alright, I have it open.
So go to your you use 8.1, so I don't know if this is going to be the exact same. Go to your settings menu and go to devices.
Alright.
Then go to Bluetooth and other devices. Make sure your Bluetooth card is on. It should be on by default, but just in case.
Do you mean settings in DS for Windows?
For Windows. Not in
Oh,
DS4,
like the control panel. Alrighty. Yes, hello, welcome to PJ Live troubleshooting. View devices and printers.
Yeah. And
Alright.
then go to the Bluetooth section.
I got devices, printers, and unspecified.
So to be sure, you are in the settings menu. That would have like system, devices, personalization, like for Windows setting.
Well, you should be able to see. I have my screen share up.
Oh right, I did the wrong thing. Yeah, you're not. Well, actually, this they might still do it the old way because I recognize this from Windows 7. Click Add a device.
Okay.
And hold down the PS button on your controller.
Alright. Got a printer that popped up. That's not it. I'm doing that.
Another
printer.
thing.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Okay. Maybe it's in that little control panel tab next to your keyboard setting, to the immediate right of the little keyboard thing on the taskbar there.
Okay. To the immediate right. This thing here.
Yeah. And then there's a little Bluetooth symbol up there.
There it is. Bluetooth devices. Add a Bluetooth device. Whoa. Hello, PC settings. I forgot you existed.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get you to do.
Okay, so now I hold down the button?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Apparently you have to hold the PlayStation button and the share button at the same time for 3 seconds until the light bar on top of the controller begins to flash.
Alright. Oh, it did it. And now I see wireless controller, which I assume is it. I think we might have liftoff. It looks like it's installing the driver.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah, just give it a moment.
Alrighty. Can you take a look at chat for me since I have this up? I can't really see what they're talking about, if anything.
So, Go-Go's enlightening comment of the night is, every time I hear Bluetooth, I have to think about cyber vampires.
Cyber vampires. Driver error. Alright.
And the DJTC says, I think of Bluebeard.
Yeah, I got no idea. Let's see. No, I don't want to remove it, at least not right now. My controller is doing this cool, like, strobe light thing, though. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. Now I got this here.
Well, try moving your finger around on the little central trackpad.
Yeah, okay. Alright. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Now I need to quick reconfigure Mycin, but that'll only take like a second. Options, input, setup. Actually, wait, I can use the D-pad now. I actually used to have I think I might have even said this earlier before you came on. I actually used to have a little, like, USB mock-up Nintendo controller, but it unfortunately broke a couple years ago.
Lame.
Yeah.
Okay. They sell, like, wireless SNES controllers on Amazon for pretty cheap, like $30.
Yeah.
They actually also make a version that's, like, $50. That's like equivalent to a Switch Pro controller. It's got motion controls and joysticks and everything.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
The only thing with that is, at that point, for me, like, I would rather just buy, like, a more general purpose controller, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Alright. That actually didn't take as long as I thought it would, like, only 15 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I don't know if any of y'all draw, but I love this H6 lead for my pencil. That sounds neat. Is that like a colored pencil for, like, a mechanical pencil? You can, like, switch it out or something?
6H lead is like the hardest variety of lead. It draws very light strokes.
Okay, interesting. I do not draw, although I would like to learn one of these days. CC does draw.
I do draw. It's mostly an on and off thing, though.
You are an artiste.
That's a bit much.
No, you're an artiste.
Artist, maybe. Artiste,
There's not, like, an actual distinction there, right? It's just artiste is, like,
more
artist
pretentious.
said
Yes.
with a French accent or something. I'm not even sure if it's a real French word. It doesn't quite sound like one to me, but it might be.
I believe it is.
Used to draw hard to... I recognize that. That's the lyric from Rings by Aesop Rock. It's a very good song. Which is about drawing.
When I was in the third grade, I thought I was great because I could draw.
That song is also about drawing. A little bit less of a heart-wrenching emotional performance on that one. I actually kind of like Macklemore. Like, I can't hate somebody who's that, like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean, though? Like, he seems very well-meaning and just kind of silly.
I don't know anything about him. All I know is he invented gay people.
He was a, like, mildly popular Seattle underground rapper for years, and then Thrift Shop came out, and he became famous, and he is not somebody who is equipped to be famous, I don't think. He also, at one point, had a, if you can believe it, even dorkier rap name. It was not just Macklemore, but was Professor Macklemore.
That. Why did he stop using that?
I don't know.
You worked hard for that PhD. Addressed as such.
He's a professor of mackling.
A professor of macroeconomics.
Macroeconomics. I can't figure out how to get down here. Maybe I just don't get down here?
Get down. Sorry.
That's okay.
But yeah, I don't think you get down there.
Get down, do 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 do. There's a meme that disappeared entirely. The first time I heard Rings, I legit cried because it was too real. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I cried, but I was just kind of like, oh. You know? It's one of those songs. Very good, though.
Do you slide? Well, this isn't Mega Man 3, so...
Hello, Trey. How are you? Trey, man.
Actually, how would you feel about trying to play a Mega Man game after Kirby? I feel like that'd be a significant step up in difficulty, though.
So, I've actually beaten Mega Man 3 or 2. Which one's the one with Metal Man?
2.
Okay. I beat that when I was like a child. I was like 7 or 8 when I beat that game, and I have never played a Mega Man game successfully since. And I think that like I used up all of the potential Mega Man in my life when I was that young.
Yeah. Yeah. You could have been a prodigy. Could have been a contender.
My stepdad's one friend had a Super Nintendo, and he let me play on it when we went over to his house, and they like gambled.
Yeah. That sounds like something your stepdad would do.
Yeah, I do like, by the way, and I'm being serious, that like relating single incidents that my stepdad has done has become a recurring thing on this show. It's kind of funny. I don't mind.
We will drag your stepdad across 1,000 miles of Midwestern countryside.
Yes.
There will be a lot of corn-related injuries.
Iowa is shrinking, and there's nothing science can do to save it.
Good.
That was a like clickbait article that was on the Weather Channel website when I went to look earlier. I didn't read it.
Wait, that was an actual headline?
Yes, that was the headline. It was Iowa is shrinking, and there is nothing science can do to save it. Whoever writes the clickbait...
If Iowa is shrinking, I don't think that's a science problem.
Like, the thing is, whoever writes the Weather Channel's like clickbait section is on some genuine, like, next level knowledge, because they're all completely insane. I remember a while ago.
I could just steal a bit from the Game Grumps and read this one clickbait article about Bruno Mars that had really bad English. But I don't know if you want me to do that.
The rumor comes out.
Yeah, the rumor come out. Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Yes. Does he? We may never know. But, like, I remember there was this one a couple months ago that was just a picture of this gigantic metal ball that just said, "What is it?" And, like, I don't know. What is it?
What is it, though? I feel like that's a setup for, like, some kind of 60s sci-fi thriller.
Or, like, a really bad sitcom routine.
Or yet another Prisoner reboot.
Is there more than one?
I mean, there is only one at this point in time. I'm saying it would be
okay.
For a second.
Regarding Mega Man, the next one is the cover story on Game Informer, and I only just noticed how much OKKO takes from it visually. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I haven't watched OKKO yet. I keep meaning to, and then I just haven't. I like that one lady from it, though.
Dr. Blight.
No, from OKKO.
Dr. Blight is also in that.
Oh. The lady with purple hair. I don't know her name.
That's not Dr. Blight, then.
No.
No.
I do not remember her name.
Speaking of pop culture characters from the 80s and 90s.
Yes.
So I went to Star Wars The Last Jedi last night. Fantastic movie. Second best part about it was the trailers. Which were all interesting on a variety of levels.
Okay.
So I saw the Alita trailer for the first time. And it seemed good, except for it leaves you wondering, how did test audiences not, like, bring up the eyes?
Oh, yeah. I don't know, like, I don't watch live action movies, really. Like, I watch, like, one a year, generally. And it's usually something stupid, because I end up going with my family, and it'll be, like, Oh, this year we're gonna watch Jurassic World, and I end up watching Jurassic World, which I actually kind of liked, by the way. I thought it was not
I mean, yeah,
very
I
good,
heard
but it
Jurassic
was
World was a perfectly acceptable action.
yeah, it was not very good, but it was all right. Anyway, but I I just don't know what to make of the weird eye decision.
Yeah.
Apparently, the movie is being directed by the same guy who did the original Spy Kids, which
Robert Rodriguez.
yeah, which
Yeah, no. Like, he's a good director.
which makes like a weird amount of sense to me.
It kind of does, now that I think about it. But that particular bit of art direction is questionable.
It's really odd. Yeah, I mean, like people have been pointing out, and this is true because I've read a little bit of the manga. Like she looks like that in the manga too. Like
Well, yeah, but like it's manga.
yeah,
It's like
that's
it's a
what I was
fucking
gonna
talent
say.
thing because otherwise she looks pretty photorealistic, but then she's got the giant grapefruit CGI eyeballs.
Yeah, it just I don't think it translates well to
Like if you wanted to have an actress who looks like an anime character, you could have just hired Amanda Seyfried and called it a night.
I don't think I know who that is.
She has huge anime eyes. And she's also blonde. Bird would like her. Um,
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I don't think it translates to live action very well.
yeah. Anyway, Trace said no spoilers. Don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm not going to talk about The Last Jedi at all. I was just mentioning that's what I would see.
Spoiler spoiler Barbarossa comes back.
100% serious spoilers, though. Not actually good. Well, actually, no. Like, I'm not gonna make any jokes. Anyway, my point being is that I was just here to talk about the trailers. But, there was also a trailer for a sci-fi thriller called Annihilation, which seemed like, a potentially slightly above average sci-fi thriller movie. Except I noticed after a certain point, the entire cast was women.
Was what?
Like the entire main cast of the movie are women.
Oh,
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep my eye on that one.
interesting.
Um,
That'll be another one that I think that gets made a victim of the internet nerd machine, unfortunately.
I mean, it's an original thing, so I highly doubt it. Because the thing is that the internet nerd machine tends to worry about, like, people ruining their childhood. This is a completely original
I guess
topic.
that's true. Hopefully it emerges unscathed then.
Yeah, like, I mean, again, it could go either way. Just because it's got an all-female male cast doesn't mean it's automatically going to be good. But I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep my eye on it.
maybe I will try to see that too.
I
Again,
also saw the trailer for Ready Player One, which when it started, I didn't know what it was for, and I was worried it was going to be a bad virtual reality is a bad evil thing, sci-fi scaremonger tactics deal. But then it seemed pretty interesting, and then I noticed that, and then the exact moment I realized it was the trailer for Ready Player One, I was like, man.
yeah, I still don't know what to think about that because like when I first heard about that, I thought it sounded reasonably interesting, but apparently the book is like really bad, like awful.
Yeah.
Um, which doesn't necessarily mean that the movie's gonna be bad, but I don't know.
Right. Like,
They're doing like the thing with
I have complex feelings about it. But like, if like until the exact moment I realized it was what it was, it seemed interesting.
yeah. My Twitter is full of quotes from the book which are actually horrible. I actually had to unfollow somebody on Twitter because they kept talking about how bad the book was for like 2 days straight. That was fun. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look anything like the trailers look okay, but apparently
Oh,
the
hey,
book
just
is
so you
really
know, if you
terrible.
just tap the attack button, you get a straight laser if you're in your UFO. It
Oh,
doesn't bounce, but it does do the thing.
riding in my UFO.
Oh no, I guess that's beam. Yeah, you need to
You
charge it
you
up
need to
a
hold
little
it like a little bit, but then longer
Yeah.
gets the star.
Yeah.
Ooh, pardon me. And then really long gets the superstar,
Yeah.
which is also what Kirby is.
Yes, he is.
Too many
But
cartoons nowadays use hurtful colors. I actually like the bright color thing that's the trend nowadays, but it is definitely an acquired taste, I think.
yeah. Um. What else? What other trailers were there? There was an Infinity War trailer, which is like, that it seemed pretty neat, but like I have no idea what I'm gonna think about it beyond like I'm almost certainly gonna end up seeing it because my mom
What
is addicted to Marvel.
is Infinity War the new, like, crossover
The
movie?
new Avengers movie.
Alright. I saw the first Avengers movie in high school, which, Jesus Christ, the first Avengers movie came out a long time ago.
The first Avengers movie came out the same day as the Avison Restored release, which was in my freshman year of college, like the very end of it.
Yeah, I was a senior in high school, so that checks out. Um, uh, I saw it with friends in high school, and I have fond memories of that movie, like, only because it's one of the few movies I've ever seen with friends, just, like, casually.
Isn't Infinity Ward a COD developer? Yes, but I said Infinity War, not Ward.
Infinity War's video game developed by Infinity Ward.
But
I won't
I'm trying to remember
hesitate.
what else. There was a fucking there was a trailer for the Jurassic World sequel. Speaking of Jurassic World,
Huh.
yep. Which I feel like I don't really understand more than the most absolute basic premise of the movie, which I usually think is a good quality in a trailer, except that it was not as well cut. Because the thing is like, say whatever else you will about J.J. Abrams, he knows how to make trailers that tell you absolutely fucking nothing about the movies that he's making. Which I think is a good quality in the trailer. It's like it tells you nothing about the movie, but keeps you interested. Or in some cases, actively misleads you.
Oh, we're in the boss already. Oh, this is the actual, like, fight with Meta Knight.
Yeah.
Alright. I like Meta Knight a lot. He's a good character.
He is.
An honorable lad.
Yes. He's an honorable sword boy.
Swordman. Bloop. God, I got the heater running right next to me and it's still so cold in here. Let me pull this thing over a bit closer to me as I restart.
Actually, I haven't seen Amanda Seyfried in anything in a while. I wonder if she still has, like, a career. It's been since Les Miserables came out.
Don't come to Pennsylvania. It's cold.
It's my old monitor because my new one has too many colors. Yeah, that sounds like a real unfortunate problem.
Maybe
I
you
wonder
have
if there's some way
a...
you can, like, get... I wonder if there's some setting you can turn on your monitor that would, like, mute the colors a little bit.
I want to say that that's a thing, like a... It's called like a dimming filter or something, I think, but I don't know like
if you
very
can,
much
if you,
about
like,
it.
If you can just, like, desaturate all the colors.
Yeah. It almost sounds like you have some kind of like eye strain, like an eye sensitivity.
It's their sense. It's synesthesia.
Oh,
Their
okay,
senses
okay.
tend to overlap. So, like, presumably something that their mind associates with bright colors causes them some kind of pain or distress or something.
I getcha. Okay, I missed that part. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
It has to be annoying.
I can only imagine.
There's got to be some way to like make a monitor display fewer colors or like something like that.
or something.
Yeah.
Just desaturate it, I feel like. Might
Yeah.
help.
Interesting. Amanda Seyfried and Cara Delevingne have a shared mysterious blonde power.
Country and dubstep also make me car sick.
No, that's
Well, they
just
make me
normal.
sick too.
I actually like country music. I'm allowed to make that joke. One of my favorite albums of this year actually was a country album.
Is it the one with Big Enough?
No, that's Bravado by Kieran Callanan, which is like it's like a kind of a Weird Al thing. No, I was thinking of God's Problem Child by Willie Nelson.
I see. I actually busted out the Screaming Cowboy solo on Mom in the car on the way. I fused her.
Don't up, be big enough.
I like that there's a song we can describe as having a Screaming Cowboy solo.
That guy who does the screaming is apparently, like, actually, like, a music legend in Australia. His name is Jimmy Barnes. I guess he's, like, the most popular Australian country artist. So it's like the equivalent of having Johnny Cash scream on your song.
Yeah,
It's pretty great.
it seems pretty significant.
Yeah. I don't know who the other guy is, though, because Kieran is the darker-haired cowboy in the video. I don't know who the blonde guy is.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, well, like, I was gonna say I'm not really interested in figuring out who anybody is, but also, who the heck do you get to get a whistling solo in your country?
That person is credited, too. Her name's, like, Sophie something. She's, like, in the feature list.
Being very thorough here, man.
What?
With your clearing out of the points.
Well, yeah. I don't know why I'm doing that, actually, now that I think about it. You know.
That was the most confident, well, yeah.
Speaking of confident well yeahs, I have been watching a lot of Vine compilations lately, and I don't really know why. But
Yeah, that probably explains why you brought out the "I will not hesitate" when Kirby was charging up his laser.
it's a very good Vine. I
It
think
is
I-
such a good Vine.
I think my favorite one though might be you know the Adam Vine, right?
Adam?
Adam.
I'm not sure.
Okay, it's the kid's like blowing smoke rings on his desk, and then somebody off camera blows it away, and he just looks into the camera with this face of disdain and despair, and just goes, "Adam," and it's like the actual funniest thing to me, and I don't know why. I can't wait for V2. I don't actually care much, but Vine was kind of neat. That's kind of where I come from, too, is like, if V2 ends up happening, I'm probably not going to be on there, like, every day, but you go look once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Most of the world that Doug Vine is hitting, like, micro-nostalgia. Yeah, it's
Because it's
interesting.
been dead for like a year, hasn't it?
Yeah. I know that one. He looks like a child who just lost his favorite toy. That's a really good way to describe it.
That is exactly how he looked.
And then his twin brother did the Welcome to Chili's Vine, which is also pretty well known. It's like Vine talent ran in the family. like how vid.me died as soon as I started uploading. I actually also tried to get a vidme account, and like apparently they had some kind of problem, and they shut down like a couple days after I signed up. So that was fun.
You should say no. You should have saved mine.
Well, yeah, maybe I should have. I don't know. Oh yeah, because there's probably another boss in here, isn't there? Yeah. All right, that was dumb.
Boss rush. A mini boss rush, anyway.
Well, I can do that though. I used to, in order to get sort of a Vine-esque experience, I used to go to the YouTube haiku subreddit, but that is one of the many subreddits that has now been taken over by Nazis. So, yeah, yay. That was where I learned about that little dog that was in a bunch of short YouTube videos. The I forget his name, but he had there was like a bunch of videos that were his barking synced up to various songs.
Oh yeah, that little tiny spits.
Yeah, he passed away last year. I was really sad.
No.
I was very sad about that.
Poor doggo.
Good dog. This boss looks wiggy. I agree. Also, wiggy is a really good word that people should use more
Wiggity
often.
wiggity whack. I'm gonna go grab a soda, BRB.
Okay.
Compliment me while I'm gone.
I love you.
I love you too.
Cherry is very good at being my girlfriend, and also she plays a mean mandolin. I almost called it a ukulele, but that's not right. Is that an an armadillo, a pillbug, a turtle, or a horseshoe? I'm not sure. It might be all of those. Oh yeah, that wasn't Johnny Bravo, wasn't it? My grandma actually used to really like that cartoon. I liked it too, but I always thought that was weird that she liked it so much. After this level, probably I will be ending the Kirby segment of the stream, and we will move on to Super Nintendo Roulette, provided that SNES 9X recognizes my controller. It's funny, I actually got a new controller. I ordered one on Amazon the other day, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow, but it doesn't help me today. It's like a little wired PS4 controller, which is a thing now, apparently, made by some British company. Had good reviews on Amazon, so I'm hoping that it's, like, not complete garbage. Suplex City. Yeah, he is kind of taking me to Suplex City. Asterisk suplexes affectionately. Asterisk. Oh,
Take me down to Suplex City where the tights are tight and the divas are pretty.
The best moment was when Johnny was in girl prison, the warden screamed his name, and the earth just tore apart. I have only fairly vague memories of Johnny Bravo, but I think I know what you're talking about. There we go. Oh, babe, you were gone while I said this, but after this level, I'm probably going to end the Kirby part of the stream, and we'll move on to SNES Roulette.
Okay.
Because I've been having fun with that lately. Was that
the game I recently suggested you play?
like earlier today? That was Mega Man, or do you mean something else?
You asked me the other day what a good thing.
Oh, Donkey Kong Country.
Right, yeah, you should play that.
I might. The thing about the SNES Roulette thing that I like doing though is that instead of being like one game, it's just like a bunch of little mini games. So I think maybe that would be better to do like after I'm done with the Kirby playthrough.
That might be fair.
Because I was trying to come up with another game to do after this is done. The other one I had in mind was like maybe one of the Zeldas or Super Metroid or something.
Mm.
But we can discuss that together.
Super Metroid is very hard.
I noticed that when I tried playing it, so maybe that's not the best. Maybe that's not the best choice.
Yeah, no. Donkey Kong Country, I don't know a whole lot about, but I feel like its difficulty curve is less steep.
It also has really good music.
Yes, which is half of the entire reason why I suggested it. Zelda's good. Either Link to the Past or Link's Awakening.
Mm. I just finished marathoning Ed, Edd n Eddy. Ed, Edd n Eddy is like one of my favorite cartoons of all time.
It's a classic.
It is. Wow, I just whipped a star back at that lion.
Yeah, that's
I
how
like.
drop works.
I like took the metaphysical concept of him crashing, and I threw it at him.
Right in his face. You took his pain and made it double pain.
This is what it's like to chew Wrigley's gum.
You mean 5 gum?
That's yes. Sorry.
Bunny!
I guess I gotta fly up.
Yes, that is a movement option you have.
Yes. Star. E. All right. 5 is by Wrigley. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I will save.
It's like the only mint gum that comes in a stick. Because Wrigley is the only gum manufacturer that makes gum come in sticks.
What about Double Mint by the Juicy Fruit?
Also Wrigley.
Oh, really? Okay,
Also
I didn't know
Both
that.
also Wrigley.
So I saved my position. That concludes the Kirby part of our stream. And when I return, you're really enjoying that soda, aren't you?
It's a good soda.
I also have soda, actually. I will refill it while I'm gone. And then when I come back...
Am I being left to entertain the stream while you're...
You may entertain the stream if you want. It shouldn't take too long.
Okay. I missed the zebra gum. Fruit Stripe? Fruit Stripe was nice. Does Wrigley's have a patent on stink gum? I'll look it up. Alright, Wrigley Company. Jump to gum. Oh, these are specifically their brands. Let's change some gum. A cursory Google search does not indicate that they have a patent or anything. Does Wrigley have a field of gum? I actually live in Chicago, so I can attest to the fact that Wrigley's field is not, in fact, made out of gum, and it's highly disappointing. Yeah, but I bought Fruit Stripe a few years ago. Like, I think it still exists, it's just very hard to find. But, yeah, let me tell you that, those bad boys do not hold up. Like, the gum is not very gummy, it's very brittle, in fact, almost, and the flavor does not let up at all. It does not hold on super long at all, which is disappointing because it is like the only cherry flavored gum I can I know of.
And when you come back again, there'll be a jug of that good old Mountain Dew. Well, my Uncle Mort, he's sawed off and short. It's only about 5 foot.
Janus, eat a cat.
Feels like I'm trying to shoot within the pine of that good old Mountain Dew. Hello.
Hi. We definitely didn't hear you singing.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. It was cute.
I don't get to sing to myself when my family is home, so I do it a lot on the weekends. What was I doing? Opening Super Nintendo. SNES 9X.
Yes.
Sorry, I mean my totally legitimate Super Nintendo machine that I have every game that was ever made for.
Yes. Jane actually can afford a SNES Classic. So she did actually get one of those, and she actually got a special edition that has every SNES game ever on it. Yes.
Including bootlegs and fan hacks and all that good stuff.
Unfortunately, it super doesn't have like the normal user interface or the rewind feature or any of those other cool things. And it's also made of jelly.
Made of jelly? We have fun here.
We do.
Where is the clock man? I need the clock man to do anything with this. Maybe I can just like open it this way. Kindle, what?
Apparently you have the Kindle app.
Apparently, this computer came with a ton of like onboard software that I have never used, and I really should just uninstall it, but I don't know what's important and what's not. But I have an inkling that the Kindle app is probably not super important. Especially since I don't own a Kindle. Reload directory. Is this the English ones? It is. Alright. Oh, hey, how appropriate. Would you care to take a guess what we got for our first roll?
I'm not sure I noticed. So,
well, I was...
I'm gonna go with,
yeah.
I don't know.
It relates...
I just don't know.
It relates to something we were talking about earlier.
Is it Super Star Wars?
It is Super Star Wars.
Oh, neat.
That's also the wrong thing. I accidentally captured my, like the system window. Here we go. I think this is it. So let's see here. Super Star Wars, which version is it? 22.563. I don't know what the difference is, but there's a couple different versions.
It's probably the A New Hope, because the game was probably made before it got the subtitle.
For some reason, Windows 10 comes bundled with Candy Crush Saga, and in other news, God is dead as we have killed him. Yeah, that's about how I'd react to learning that, too. Is this too loud? Can you guys hear me still?
I mean, I can't hear any of your...
Right. Alright, I'm gonna actually turn it down a little bit, just because I'm actually having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. Oh wait, hold on, I can just turn Discord up a little bit. That'll work. Say anything.
anything.
I knew you were gonna do that.
I'm nothing if not predictable.
Yes. Alright. It wasn't too loud at all? Okay. Now, if it starts to bother me, I will still change it back, but... let's see here. Wait. Almost did it again. Okay. Control configured. Start game. I don't even know what kind of game this is.
I think it's like a platforming hack and slash.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna skip the intro because I don't want to get my stream, like, audio copyright stricken, you know what I mean?
Maybe I shouldn't do that. Yep. No, it's a jump and shoot, man.
No, it doesn't care if you sing songs, it's if you actually play the audio that you get in trouble.
I'm sure.
This is...
Well, actually, there must be some form of exception to that, because, like, licensed games are a thing that isn't.
Yeah, Twitch's is not nearly as bad as YouTube's is, but I do know, for some things, like, ooh, that's quicksand. For some things, you can actually get your stream muted live for violating the sound.
This is just
copyright.
straight up. This is straight up.
It's Contra. Yeah.
With Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Which is an improvement over Contra.
Yeah. If you guys want to tell me, if you guys want to tell me if CC is like too loud or too quiet, because if she's not super loud, I'm gonna actually turn her up a little bit more. Because I'd rather not turn the game down, but I'm actually having a little bit of a hard time hearing her. I'll be honest with you, like, I haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies, which is one of those things where people are always like, what? But you have to, you know, so on and so forth. But,
I guess it's like pop cultural.
Yeah.
Extremely pop culture thing.
Yeah. But I didn't think Star Wars had anything to do with Luke shooting a bunch of scorpions.
Or, like, rabbits that accidentally bred with zingers.
Yeah, like, I don't, CC could be a pinch louder. Alright, I will turn her up a little bit then. Ooh, a second gun. Blaster power-up. I actually quite like this. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I heard these games were actually respectable.
Also, you can shoot on a diagonal, which is not always a given in a Super Nintendo game.
Yes. Although I feel like Super Nintendo games had it a fair amount more than the
Oh yeah,
regular Nintendo did.
but it still wasn't always, you know,
The Famicom.
the Super Famicom.
Yep.
Do you ever wonder why it was called the Famicom and not the Famicom? There wasn't a joke there. I just, you know.
Yeah, I noticed.
Sometimes I just say
noticed
words.
the lack of joke.
Sometimes words just happen.
They do. They do very much just happen. It dropped babies. You've killed its children. How does it feel to be a child murderer, Jane?
Don't even. My mom... So, like, we've had a bit of a mouse problem in our house the past couple days. By which I mean there is, like, literally a mouse somewhere in our house. And my mom was, like, freaking out about, like, what if it's going to have babies and, you know...
This, that, and the other thing.
Yeah, like... I already feel pretty bad about either throwing out into the cold or killing a tiny little mouse. Don't try to make me feel worse about it by, like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Not that you're
Like,
trying
honestly,
to do that seriously, but...
I mean, I don't know how I would feel about knowing there's a mouse in my house beyond that, because it hasn't happened for a few years. Like, I don't know if I'd care all that much. Like, I'd be annoyed at the droppings just happening.
Sarlacc
pit. Isn't this a few movies too early for this?
I thought so too, but you know.
Also, it like physically comes up out of the thing.
It doesn't look at all like the Sarlacc from what I've seen. I mean, they got the general shape right.
If the Sarlacc could, like, I hesitate to use this word, but prolapse itself and come up out of the sand, this is probably what one would look like.
Mice should be able to survive the winter outside. Maybe, like, the thing is, the mice that live around here are these little, like, corn mice, and they're not very big or very hardy. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about mice, so... I think
mice normally, like, go in the ground or something.
Do they hibernate? I don't actually know.
I don't think they do. Most small mammals do not hibernate.
Oh.
That's usually a large mammal. So.
You know,
because the thing is that, like, the reason that animals hibernate is that for predators,
oh, fuck.
They are super inefficient. Oh my
Carrie.
I noticed.
You guys ready to play Mr. Nuts?
You could have held that in a couple of minutes while you loaded the ROM?
No. Absolutely not. We're gonna play Mr. Nuts. It's a game about...
I should have known you wouldn't be able to hold it in.
Game about... Okay, do you want to take... I feel like this has to involve peanuts somehow.
It's probably like some kind of horrible...
Like a licensed game or something?
Mascot.
Oh, shit.
Or it's about a squirrel. One or the other. It's one of these two things. You can know in between. I will be very distressed, or rather, let me put it this way. I will be very distressed if it's not either of those things. It's a squirrel, thank God.
It's definitely a squirrel, yeah.
A European squirrel at that.
Fuck, this title screen is unnerving.
It's like it's trying to be Sonic.
It's like Conquer without the irony.
I mean, there was a Conquer game that had 0 Game Boy.
What? You cut out for a bit.
I said there was a Conquer that had 0 irony in Game Boy.
Oh yeah, there was. I forgot about...
Yeah, and he was also in Diddy Kong Racing before. He actually had a game of his own.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Also, like, are you seeing this?
It's... yeah, it certainly exists.
I would like to apologize to DJ, because I know they said earlier that they don't like bright colors, and, like... I mean,
this
good
is,
lord. I didn't know that the Super Nintendo did this bright.
No, it super does. It's just that most people have better taste than try to.
I mean, like, there's Super Mario, which is, like, pleasantly bright, and then there's this.
It's the middle ground between bright and pastel. This is just
loud
neon.
Yeah, like, also that, like, really pathetic squeak it makes when it dies. I'm not really a fan of that.
I mean, I can't hear it. I wonder if there's some way for Discord to, like, play the audio of your computer through the call.
Maybe. You can look that up if you want.
Oh my god, it hasn't. Really? Oh my god.
Mr. Nuts.
Why that stresses me so much.
Mr. Nuts used tail whip. It's not very effective. Oh no.
What is this?
He throws his nuts. Oh, I hate this.
What is this game?
I feel like I should have heard of this before. This seems like something people would, like, let's play for laughs.
I'm not sure this game existed until today.
We called it forth from another dimension.
Yeah.
There's, like, a darker world.
Also, I liked that they had an anatomically correct flesh for the plum that you just cut in half with your big bushy tail as though that makes any goddamn sense.
This animation is killing me. It, like, goes through his body.
I feel like animation is being generous.
Oh, man. Also, I only just realized I actually have a supply of acorns.
Yes.
This makes Bubsy look like high art. Okay, now listen. This is at least playable. I've actually tried playing the Bubsy games, and they don't usually reach that level of, like, base playability.
And yet they're making a new one.
They already did make a new one. It, like, came and went, and it was apparently, like, amazingly average.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like the peak of Bubsy's career. Average.
This looks like a very cheap Ocean game. It was, in fact, developed by Ocean. I've never heard of them before, though. Is this, like, their bag? Like, they develop, like, weird...
cheap garbage platformers.
Like, I mean, I shouldn't be... Like, the actual gameplay is fine. It's just, it looks
It's
odd.
exceedingly average, and the art direction is a direction.
I also like the bees look like weirdly photorealistic compared to everything else.
The stump looks highly suspect.
The what?
The stump.
Oh, now I have to go look at it again, because I wasn't really paying attention to it.
I'll point it out if another one comes.
Well, no, I died, which I think means I get to go back to the very beginning of that level again.
Yeah, no, oh, yeah, actually, this tree's got the same.
Huh.
Yeah, like, take a look at that. Like, what if you look at that tree, what are you, kinda picking up?
I don't know if we're thinking of the same thing, because to me, this looks like some kind of, like, alien, like, high counselor from a sci-fi universe.
It looks Geiger-esque, I'll tell you that.
Like, look at the head.
It's disturbingly symmetrical.
Like, this up here is the head,
Right,
and he's wearing,
but,
like, a cloak.
Okay, here's the thing. The stump was the exact same as this, but it was cut in half, like, right around where that little navel-ish kind of thing is.
Uh-huh.
Like, if you look at the roots.
Video games.
Yeah.
Videogum. Also, I should stop spamming my acorns. I only get like 5 of them.
At a time, yeah.
Yeah. The bees are making me so angry. Like, if you're gonna go for this kind of art style, that's one thing, but then the bees just look terrifying.
They want to be your friend.
They're not gonna be my friend.
They should be.
The only bee I am friends with is the, like, little bee pin that I got with the Scumfuck Flower Boy album. Oh yeah, that does look a certain way, doesn't it?
It looks very much a certain way.
I like Bubsy. Well, I mean, I like the character. I think that the character has some potential. Like, if it was
as far as 90s funny animals.
yeah, like, like I think that in the yeah,
Did that porcupine just have a diaper?
yeah, I don't know what's going on here.
Feed me, Seymour.
Seymour, different Seymour, but you know,
Different Seymour, very different Seymour.
Aurora Borealis.
Yes.
Yeah, and also these are totally wearing diapers. I don't know.
Why?
Yeah, like Bubsy the character, I think in the right hands, you could make like a game that is like kind of a piss take on all various like 90s game tropes. And I think that would actually be pretty fun.
You know what I think they should do?
What?
They should make a Bubsy game that is a actually good but extremely tongue-in-cheek parody of Shadow the Hedgehog.
I'm sorry. Are you looking at this game over screen?
I am.
He's so sad.
He's at the end of his rope.
Oh well. Time to play a different game. Lemmings. All right. I didn't know there was a port of Lemmings for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at Lemmings, but maybe I can beat a level or two. Which version is this? 1.0. Okay. Yeah, the thing that about the Bubsy games, and I have actually played them for some measure of the word played, is that he just kind of goes careening at the slightest touch. It's weird. And I guess the problem with the new one is that it's just, like, it's competently made, but very average.
It doesn't push any boundaries.
Yeah. It's by the same guys that did the Gianna Sisters reboot, which is another game that...
I feel like they're making a career out of taking bad, like, 80s and 90s platformers and making pretty average games with them.
Yeah, that seems to be their whole thing. Speaking about Bubsy, I can't believe that they gave him the catchphrase, "What could possibly go wrong?" and didn't spell it possibly. You know, you're right.
It's full of bad
Yeah.
puns.
Yeah, you're right. Like, that seems like a missed opportunity.
Uh-huh. You know, I always thought Lemmings was a neat game. They had it on the computer at one of the daycares I went to when I was a kid, when I first moved around here. I actually have a lot of fond memories of that daycare. I believe it was a YMCA thing.
What kind of computer was it?
I mean, it was probably just like this cheap Windows 95 system or something.
Okay. I remember the school that I went to for like a couple years. I had kind of a weird. Now we're like launching into my entire life story, but I had kind of a weird.
When Jane was in the 3rd grade, she thought she was gay because she could draw, and it turns out she was right.
I don't know how to.
You didn't turn them into floaters.
Yeah, but like I don't know how to activate the things. Like I thought it was just mouse over them and press A, but that's not it.
No, you need to use. Yeah, you have to select the actual thing you need to turn them into, and you didn't do that.
Yeah, but they're not labeled, so I don't know which one's which.
I mean they've got graphics.
Yeah,
and
but
when you...
the graphics aren't very helpful though, or at least they're not to me. Is it this one?
It's the one with the umbrella. Like they're following this pair of...
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, and they're all gonna die again.
Yeah, this is... No, darn it. It's not doing anything, though, like... Oh! The other one with the umbrella. Or that's...
Yeah, no, that's a pickaxe, Jane.
I thought it was an umbrella. When I was a young kid, my father took me into the city.
So, how many songs have a line that's like, "When I was a young X"? Because Win is quoting "Welcome to the Black Parade," and DJ TC is quoting Hakuna Matata.
What a wonderful phrase. There we... No?
It's a thing.
I'm doing it, but it's not giving them the umbrella. They're not getting the umbrella. Do I have to give it to them while they're falling? No.
Are you hitting the wrong button?
Nah, I'm hitting A while I mouse over them.
Are you sure it's A and not B?
Nah, because all the other buttons scroll the thing at the bottom.
I would have thought L and R did that. Huh.
I think they do as well. Or no, L and R move the camera back and forth.
I see. This is a dilemma.
Yeah. Alright.
This didn't work out as well as I hoped.
No. But what I was going to say earlier... Pilot Wings. I don't think I know what that is. I guess we'll...
That one's a first-party Nintendo game. It's like a little flying game.
Oh, that sounds fun. I wonder if it's anything like Flywheel.
Pilot Wings 64 was apparently actually very... And there was going to be a Pilot Wings game for the Wii that apparently was going to be like really ridiculously good, but like it got super canceled.
This guy is interesting.
His mouth is very small.
Yes.
He probably has to cut up his like French fries before he can eat them.
Anyway, because I got completely off topic, start the game. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but you're not letting me do it. There we go. Oh, this is actually like kind of a sim, isn't it?
A little bit.
Well, I didn't expect that.
To crash when you hit the ground?
Well, because look at this guy, he's so mad.
Because you broke his expensive plane.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Maneuver through the 3 rings. Okay.
Sonic's always been a series that I've only ever seen others enjoy, but never got into myself. Well, Trey, that's not really entirely surprising. Sonic is like it's not something that because as I understand it, you're a few years younger than Jay now. It's really big when you're a kid.
I don't understand how to control... Oh, okay. Can I, like, start over? Because I figured out how to do this now. I'm falling! Oh.
See that big flashing area?
Yeah, no, I know. I'm supposed to... Also, it says push A to open, but I'm pushing A and it's not doing anything.
I think you might not have the right A key.
Oh, did you do that on purpose? No, sir, I did not. Are you eating something?
Pretzels.
Oh, I like pretzels. What kind of pretzels are they? What kind of pretzels are they?
They're spicy pretzels with, like, buffalo seasoning.
Oh, like, Snyder's, pretzel chunks?
Exactly that.
Those are really good. I haven't had them in a long time. I like the, buttermilk ranch ones. Okay, so what we do is we press B, and we kind of just...
Hey, Heinz maybe your dad. Hi, maybe dad.
Heinz. Also, I overshot the rings. I'm getting a lot of games that I, like, feel like I should...
Control failures on?
Yeah, like... I know what they want me to do.
But you didn't open your
chute. Okay, like that time I definitely did press the right button, though, so I'm not sure what the...
Maybe you have to wait for that meter before you can open it?
Yeah, I don't know. There's probably more I could do there, but we couldn't...
Jim Powers, Lost Dimension 3D.
Yeah, that's interesting.
This seems like it can go either way.
Yeah.
And when I say either way, I mean bad or bad and entertaining.
Oh, fuck. Look at this title screen.
It's, something.
Developed by Electrobrain. That's a name for a studio.
I feel like Rob Liefeld would like this,
Oh, it's a shmup! I like shmups. Sorry, I cut you off. Something about Rob Liefeld?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, is it a shmup? Hold on. Part 1.
Like, that was the end of the joke. Rob Liefeld is a joke in and of himself.
Haha! Oh no, it's not a shmup. Okay. That's... Whoa! Well, I guess that's where the 3D part of the name comes from.
I guess. Yeah, it's just like... We figured out how to do parallax, so we're gonna just go ham on it.
Like a lot of parallaxing.
Yeah. I'm not sure what this game's dealing.
Are you looking at this guy we're playing as, though? Like
I said, Rob Liefeld.
he's,
This is Rob Liefeld's concept of svelte.
I feel like it's running slightly too fast.
No, I am 100% sure this is how the game's.
Huh. What's
Because
this
the
all
timer
about?
is ticking down in 1 second.
Oh, that's very true. The jumping the jumping physics are really weird. My character's like super heavy or something. It's odd.
I mean, he is made entirely
Of what?
meat and bone.
Unlike us, we are made of pure energy. Alright.
Thanks, sweet, merciful Miyamoto.
But
This is
Cherry,
finally done.
I have 3 credits left.
Don't you dare.
Alright, let's
I
see.
will not be subjected to more of this.
Harley's Humongous Adventure. This
You know, something about this seems vaguely suggestive, but that might just be me and where I'm at with my life personally.
See, I think we both had the same initial thought, which was Harley from, like, Batman. But I don't think
no,
it's
that wasn't the
Harley.
thought. It took me about 30 seconds. That's Asian. It's just as soon as you said the word humongous, my brain was like, oh, what's this?
I think
Curry's infected me.
it might be, like, the motorcycle brand? Hey, this is by High Tech Expressions. I know them.
Oh god, this is gonna be great.
That's, they make greeting cards. Well, made, like, electronic greeting cards. I'll defeat you using my gym powers. Ooh, this is another one where the
Hard.
controls are,
Bad? Garbage?
I don't know if I'd go that far quite yet.
Also,
Good.
you're shrunk.
Yeah.
Which,
Ooh.
doesn't seem like, the direction you would be going for Harley's humongous adventure.
Maybe that's the joke, like calling a really big guy tiny, or a bald guy curly. Certainly an interesting idea for a game. It's like the micro zone from Super Mario Land 2. Are these Bunsen burners?
Yes. Like,
What?
they actually are. You're in a laboratory.
Oh, I guess I win?
Yeah, you had like 45 seconds to do a thing.
Oh, I thought this was just like a platformer.
It is, but specifically that, you had to have 45 seconds. Oh, well, that was a graphic, and oh, you just killed yourself.
What is this?
You just played yourself.
Nice plate, also.
Okay, that is interesting.
Like, they're really small levels, I guess, is the gimmick. Like,
Well, I
very
mean, this
short.
one's not timed. The other one was timed.
Huh. Oh, that hurts me. Yeah, I know all
Yeah.
about soup can labels hurting. Or, not soup can labels, soup can lids.
Lid.
Yeah.
Also, why are these fly? A, why does this fly look like a glow glass? B, why is it barfing on you? Oh wait, I forgot. This was the 90s, and that's just how people did.
I've got a lot of questions.
Oh,
Did
that
he
was an
just...
interesting
Did,
death
did
animation.
he just, like, suffocate from getting hit with a... soup can
He
lid?
got botulism and was like, he got botulism and tetanus at the same time, and he was like, I can't breathe.
Oh, I have an attack. Hold on.
Do you?
Yes. Now, using it effectively, that's another question.
The
entirely.
challenge.
Yeah. Is this the Sneak King prequel?
We're getting into some Burger King deep lore here.
God.
You know, it annoys me that PepsiCo doesn't have a like burger chain restaurant, because the thing is that like I feel like we need not Wendy's, but PepsiCo's brilliant like horrible food takes in the burger industry, because we've got them and everything else.
What food takes are you talking about?
Like the double down chicken sandwich.
Ah.
Which is to say, it's a sandwich made entirely out of chicken and bacon.
Okay.
The Doritos Locos Taco.
Right.
Which is a taco.
Well, wait. Don't they own? Oh, right. Never mind.
Chicken.
I was gonna say, don't they own Arby's? But Arby's doesn't make burgers. They make.
I'm also pretty sure that PepsiCo does not, in fact, own. They also own Pizza Hut, and thus like your garlic naan crust or pretzel crust.
Yes.
Yeah, Pizza Hut are the most sane of the three PepsiCo establishments in terms of their weird food creations, because pizza's already like a no man's land, a culinary no man's land. Like, you can do anything with pizza, you're allowed to, because it was already established as being the experimental zone for fast food when they started putting pineapple and ham on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, pizza is a canvas more so than the painting.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I'm like sort of getting the hang of this, it's not the worst game I've ever played, so that's something.
It's interesting.
It is. I feel like with a tighter control scheme, this could actually be like pretty fun.
Seems a little samey to me.
Little bit, but you do have to you do have to remember I'm like dying constantly, so.
Well, I mean, there's no variety in the environments. Like, the background is incredibly dull, for one thing, which granted is realistic to what a kitchen would look like. Like, I can imagine this taking place in like a kitchen built in the 50s, but like, I don't know, like the level design seems lifeless. The art direction's kind of eh. I'm sorry, I went into game critic mode there.
It's okay. Arby's makes memes. That's true.
Yes, they do.
Whoever runs their Twitter...
Remember that time that nerds got mad about the fact that they thought that Arby's thought Dragon Maid was called Dragon Tail, when they just missed a joke about the fact that Toru was constantly trying to get Kobayashi to eat her tail in some kind of weird lore fantasy?
Yeah, people get mad about Dragon Maid for a lot of reasons, and some of them are valid, and that one is just kind of dumb.
Well, I mean, that was just... You missed the fucking joke!
Yeah.
You missed the entire joke.
Liquids are just boneless solids.
Can I get a boneless cat, aka an entirely normal cat?
Alright, since I apparently have infinite lives, I'm just gonna end this now. Oh, this sounds like a great time. Super Play Action Football. Not Super Work Accent. Oh, hey, there's a solitaire game in here.
Well, no, that was work time fun.
And it is American football. Okay. Oh, this is actually, like, has NFL licensing. That's interesting. Can I, like...
Probably hit the start button.
I tried that. It was actually the Y button?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Which league would you like to play? Sure, major, single game. 2 players versus the computer. I'm pretty sure that's not how that works.
No, you can totally do that. Like, it's one person. Like, you have 2 people controlling individual players on one team, all facing off against the computer. It's a co-op mode.
What team should I play as?
I mean, we could do a callback to our last stream and have it be the Colts.
Okay, Indianapolis Colts it is. And I get to pick the computer, too. You play as the Patriots, because I have an irrational dislike of the Patriots. That's not the Patriots.
Is it really irrational, Jane?
I don't,
really irrational?
I don't know enough about football to know if it's rational or not, to be honest with you.
The Patriots win basically everything.
The Houston Oilers, best football team. They don't exist anymore. Hey, Mario's on the coin. Mario. Sorry.
I know. I'm just ribbing you.
It's okay. Something Steeler Nation. Lights a house on fire. Steeler Nation.
Is this like a PA joke?
So it's kind of a PA joke. The crux of the joke is that Steelers fans have a reputation for, extreme rowdiness would be the polite way to put it. Steeler Nation specifically is, something that I came up with on Heapers Hangout as like a bit character, basically. What?
I'm sorry, it was just funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. As opposed to Philadelphia Eagles fans having a reputation for being hoity-toity.
I don't know what reputation Eagles fans have. I was going to say we, which isn't really true. Like, my grandpa was a huge Eagles fan, and I kind of, like, I guess I am by association, sort of, but, you know. Also,
if I was a fan of anything by association, I would have, like, 5 different teams to root for per league. My family is very spread out.
That's true. Also, I can't figure out what to do from this screen. Like, I'm trying to press all the different buttons, and nothing is happening. Oh, whoops, I accidentally clicked.
Mary O, the sister of Susie Q.
Yeah, like, I straight up have no idea what to do here. Alright. Well, I'm gonna take a short intermission here to use the restroom. I'll be back in a moment.
Pop, mute your mic, please.
I don't know how to do that.
You do or don't?
Do not.
Just, like, right-click your portrait in Discord and mute yourself.
Oh, you guys don't like my singing? I see how it is. Oh yeah, here it is.
Yep. Alright. I have officially hijacked the stream. I control the horizontal. I control the vertical. Which also means that it's questions and trivia time. Ask me anything. Yes, I control all the angles. Zygote is not an angle. You can fish in Titanfall 2? I don't know, I haven't gotten far enough in Titanfall 2 to know. Oh, wait. A former NFL player fucking murdered someone in town. That's highly unfortunate. I feel like of the list of things to have your town be known for, be low of things you'd want. Cherry does a float? I am do floats? I am not understand. I love Treasure Atlantis. Someone in my town made cartoons. Who would that be? God, I want, like, a cherry milkshake. I could make a joke here, but I feel like Jane would ban me from being on her streams anyway if I followed through. But cherry milkshakes probably taste good. Haagen-Dazs has, like, a decent cherry vanilla ice cream, so if you could the thing. She muted herself on Discord, but not on stream. That's entirely possible. I forgot that her stream audio wouldn't actually be going through Discord. Tex Avery. Ah, yes, Tex Avery. That guy was a nut.
Hey folks, I will be back in a second. I'm just eating some pizza real quick.
Okay. I actually gave you some bad advice on the muting thing. You should mute yourself on OBS, not on the stream. There actually might just be a mute switch on your set or something.
There is a little red button, but I actually don't know what it does. Anyway, yeah, I will be back in a moment. I'm
Okay.
gonna have some food real quick.
Yeah, enjoy your food. Dan Moody was born here. He killed every Klansman in Texas. That sounds like a good, legacy to leave. Assuming it's true, of course. Lawbreakers as in the game, Trey? The one that came out recently? The red button smears chocolate ice cream on them. That's pretty surreal. Seems like something, like, I'm not sure what it is, but I haven't, like, the vaguest notion of what kind of thing that would be in. I don't know. I'm not as coherent without Jane here's. I just know Moody was a governor and did attorney things to stop the KKK from making Texas smell bad, and that's why there's a museum that I spin the Pokestop. That's quite a story. Yeah, that Lawbreakers. Cliffy B lives in Raleigh, and his studio is in a suburb nearby. Oh, neat. I didn't know Cliffy B made Lawbreakers, actually. Welcome back.
Hello, it's me, your Uber driver. How you guys doing?
Here to drive us to the land of fun video game times.
Yes. King of the Monsters. We played that on last week's stream. Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games. That sounds awesome. Anyway. Oh, sorry. It's been a long time.
I miss the times when Cliffy B was making furry games. I miss the time when, like, furry games were, like, incredibly common. I feel like they're an incredibly underutilized resource in the decade.
I wanted to bring up something because I actually forgot to mention it. I did mention it like the very start of the stream, but it was before anybody got here. The Twitch emote approval guy approved my emoticons. So if you subscribed last week, as several people did, you should now be able to use Planet 14 Wiki in the chat. In fact, I'll demonstrate. Actually, Gogo's already got it down. There you go. And CC, in fact, drew that. It was a birthday present, if I remember correctly.
It was, in fact.
Very good one. There are two other emotes, which I'll show off quickly. And these are for the other, what do you call it? The, other subscription tiers. So if you subscribe for $10, you get Charles. If you subscribe for $25, which I'm not going to stop you, you get the Diamond Fish Ball, which I can't remember the name of now. Let me see here. Here it is.
You capitalized the B.
That's what I did wrong. There you go.
Yep.
So, you know, but again, like any amount of support of any kind is deeply appreciated. Blue basketball. It's the logo for my like mini record label, pseudo label thing. Fuck ass Illuminatimus. But you know, I didn't quite know what to make, cause like $25 is a lot. So I didn't know what to make for that. I didn't want to make it something that people would actually like want to use for expressive purposes. You know.
It could have been a witchy dab.
But I don't have one of those.
I could draw one.
You could. If you draw one, I will make that if I get like another emote tier unlocked. It's directly correlated with how many subscribers you have. So the more you get, the more emote slots you unlock. Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games. I feel like this might be a mini-game collection.
Maybe?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jungle Pinball. I actually quite like pinball. So let's...
This is actually pretty well animated.
It is.
All things considered.
Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Ooh, what is this perspective, though?
Its perspective is just...
What do I use to launch the ball? Those are the flippers.
Maybe R?
Nah, those, the left and right buttons are the bumpers. Or the flippers, rather.
Left and right on the D-pad, or left and right on the shoulder button?
The shoulder buttons. It's down on the D-pad. It's the launch.
I see.
Physics are a little floaty, but...
I feel like this was probably a tie-in with, like, Saturday Morning Cartoon as opposed to, like, KNC.
I'm sorry, what? You kind of went to space there in the middle of that?
I said I feel like this was a tie-in to the Saturday Morning Cartoon as opposed to live action itself.
Maybe, yeah.
Which, people kind of forget that in the 90s, Disney actually had pretty good cartoon tie-ins for their movies.
Yeah, I've never seen any of those because, as I've mentioned several times on the show before, my mom was convinced that most cartoons were like
Evil.
Instruments of Satan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I don't know why the exception was made for Cartoon Network, but you know.
Of all things.
Which arguably had like, between them and Nick, it's a real close race between.
Yeah.
As for who had like
I think Cartoon Network pulls ahead of it in that department, considering they actually had Toonami and the precursor to Adult Swim.
Yeah, and Courage the Cowardly Dog too.
Oh yeah.
Even just for that, maybe.
Yeah. Like, my mom was actually, like, she never banned me specifically from watching any specific channels, but she was less interested in my watching Cartoon Network than she was in my watching Nick. That was just her personal preference, taste-wise.
Yeah, my mom went through, like, a whole phase with, like, you shouldn't do X, Y, or Z, because it's...
Because Satan!
Yeah.
say, yeah, my parents aren't very religious, so this is an experience that was thankfully
Oh,
spared.
hey, it's a Frogger clone. Alright. Well, I like Frogger, so...
Like, my mom was a bit of a hippie in her college years, and my dad's kind of a deist, so, like, not really big on the whole organized religion thing, either.
Yeah, my mom's, like, a pretty traditionalist Catholic. Like, she was one of the people who was, like, mad when they did the revisions to the Mass a couple of years ago. And then for a while we were Old Catholic, which is like the people that think that Vatican II, the like
Vatican II electric boogaloo.
For context, what Vatican II was basically a meeting of the Pope and some top like churchmen.
Cardinals.
Yeah. Who basically revised some stuff regarding Mass and a bunch of other things, a whole host of stuff, pun intended. And Old Catholics are people that think that that was like a bad decision. And for a while there, my mom was not allowed to receive communion in our regular church because she was divorced and remarried. So we went to a little Catholic church called Our Lady, just Our Lady, no further...
Of anything.
No further, like, explication.
Our generic lady. Our Lady of Normality.
Yes. Out in a little town called Oli. And the main thing I remember about that church was, one, that it was so small you could literally shake hands with every single church member during the sign of peace. And the other thing was their bathroom had a incinerator toilet.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That seems like it would be unpleasant.
Well, I mean, the fire happens well below the part that you actually use, but it's...
Well, I mean, I feel like it would be unpleasant because it smells.
Oh, yeah, it did kind of smell weird.
I also feel like it's inefficient compared to just using water.
The church didn't have any plumbing, which is why they did that. They actually got their holy water from a creek out back. It was
interesting.
Like extremely rural. Like
that's something, all right.
Like that's one of those things I like to tell people when they don't realize like how in the sticks I am. The other one is like I live a couple miles away from a snake charmer church.
Yeah, like. Yeah. I have no concept of anything when it comes to church going. If I didn't, like, my family didn't really attend church.
I don't really go anymore.
My aunt tried to bring me to services a couple of times because she's very religious. She's Pentecostal, in fact.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
and it never stuck because it was incredibly boring. And I was an 8-year-old with ADHD.
That's another thing. I mean, we've gone over how we think I might also have ADHD. I would always like fidget in the pews, and I would get yelled at a lot by
the parishioner.
Not usually by other people. My mom was the one who was like, stop. Yeah. Or I went to a Catholic school for several years, and we had a during school mass on Wednesdays. And in that case, the principal would be the one yelling at me, which was real fun.
Fun. On Wednesdays.
Wednesdays is like generally like I don't really know how to put it. It's like the backup mass day for if Sunday doesn't work out in a lot of churches. I don't really know why, but that is
maybe because of Ash Wednesday.
Could be. I don't know. You lose points for hitting Timon and Pumbaa. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I was just kind of, like, plinking away.
Yeah, your aim was actually very good, all things considered.
Yeah, I like little shooting gallery games like this, but yeah. Actually, I don't think I've shared this on the stream before, but our principal at that Catholic school was a Sister of Mercy, and she was so just generally unpleasant that her nickname was Attila the Nun.
Uh,
Oh, that was Timo. Whoops. But yeah, I don't know. I had like a very abnormal school experience until I was in high school, and this is actually what I was going to say earlier, before I got sidetracked by other stuff. But I for a couple years I went to Sheckler Elementary for kindergarten and first grade, I think, which was a little public school in Catasauqua, Pennsylvania. That was pretty normal, other than my teacher trying to get me sent to a psychologist when I was in kindergarten. But Attila the Nun sounds like a video game boss. A little bit.
little bit.
Um, but then I went to St. John the Baptist for second, third, and fourth grade. And that was actually an Orthodox school, and my grandma convinced my mom to send me there. And
Orthodox Christian
yeah,
school?
not just any Orthodox, Ukrainian Orthodox. And the interesting thing about that was we had Ukrainian classes. I don't remember any of it, but like,
Because you don't speak Ukrainian.
no, not anymore. The only, like, I remember a couple words, but only because they're very similar to the English words. Like,
Today I learned that my girlfriend used to speak Ukrainian.
I never was really fluent. I knew like a little bit. But I only went there for 2 years before the school actually got shut down. Um, due to a lack of funding. There wasn't like any scandal or anything. But
I mean, I feel like if anything, that would be the position.
uh, but
Just coming down like, this is heresy. You can't be teaching the wrong kind of Jesus to these impressionable youths.
Ukraine, now I'm a goose. I get it. Wordplay. But yeah. So we had there were actually two unusual classes at that school. One of them was the Ukrainian as a second language class, which was taught by a woman who actually was from the Ukraine. I still remember her very well. Her name was Mrs. Perbetsky. Nice lady. Um, did not speak very much English at all, but nice lady. Um, and then the other one was we had a embroidery class.
Shot to moan again.
I did. But
You're very good at shooting to moan.
darn it, I keep doing it.
Again.
I keep doing it with that. Like I just shoot
You
at
just
anything.
shoot anything that moves. There's no IFF going on here.
I did it again. I blame first-person shooters. They've made me violent. But
Kids these days
yeah,
playing violent video games.
it's like Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Games. But yeah, we had an embroidery class, which I actually enjoyed a lot, and I wish I had been able to like pursue that more. But there's really nowhere else for a young child to learn how to embroider.
Yeah. I think you lost points for shooting that hippo too.
Oh, maybe. Oh, and the crocodile. These might be like characters from the cartoon or something. I don't know.
I don't remember them. I think the fake ones you still earn points for.
Maybe.
I wish they told you what you're supposed to not shoot.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. And then for the rest of middle school, I went to St. Elizabeth's, which is the school I was talking about earlier. And then I went to a high school that was pretty normal, except for our principal getting fired during my last year because they found her to be like incompetent, basically.
interesting.
Also, there was an interesting, if you're into this kind of thing, which I don't think most people are, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's my show. Oh, I did this one already.
Yeah. The only one you haven't done is Berber.
Gotcha. But during our, I think it was my sophomore year, there was a trademark dispute between one of the teachers and the school itself, because I guess he designed the. Oh, this is just gross. Because I guess he designed the logo for the sports team, and they didn't want to pay him royalties for it, even though they put it on like everything. So that was interesting. So like for a while, the sports team played like with modified uniforms with no logo on them. It was pretty weird.
I hope you won that.
I think there was an out-of-court settlement, and he got paid like a bunch of money, but I'm not 100% sure.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Wings
I think
2.
this is the last one
For what?
for the night.
I was actually planning on going until at least 12, but if you have somewhere you need to be, I can...
I don't need to be anywhere. I was just wondering when we were going to end, because I don't remember the end time.
Yeah, I was planning on going for at least 3 tonight.
Okay.
Not till 3, that would be far too long.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Although, I guess after this next one, if you wanted, we could play some GeoGuessr. But it's up to you.
GeoGuessr would be neat.
Alright, so...
Wind down.
He was paid handsomely for his efforts. Yes. But yeah, so there was that, and then I went to college for a little while. That didn't work out, and that is my educational history. Who do we play as, do you think?
I'm feeling Marcel LeBlanc.
Marcel LeBlanc? Alright.
Hmm.
Oh yes, do take meds if you have meds. You should do that.
Yeah.
Left
take your
Canada.
Take your meds, drink water, and be sure to sleep.
Yes. I guess this is like a one-on-one dogfighting game. Okay. Ooh.
It's a World War I flight sim.
Ooh, these controls. Ooh.
And you did.
Yeah.
You seem to have bad luck with flying today.
Yeah, that, and also, like, I'm not very happy with, who ate my tea? I don't know. Who did eat your tea? Oh, you actually, like, lose them from your squad when they die. That's interesting. A young Irish lad who started as a mechanic. A wizard with machines.
Yes.
What
Mechanics.
in the world? There's like a whole bunch of different kinds of missions and stuff too. This seems like a game that might be good once I've figured out what to do with the controls, but like, this is an odd control scheme. Why is the attack button the right bumper?
It's like a trigger on a first-person shooter. Also, you missed your target.
Yeah, I did. Also, I guess, but it's just like A and like the face buttons don't do anything.
Yeah, like that's your target.
Yeah.
It's gonna be coming up on your right.
I'm sorry if I miss obvious things during these streams. Just that I'm like also talking, so my focus is kind of split.
Yeah, up here it is.
There it is. Well, I hit it.
There
I don't know
you
if
go.
I hit it to their satisfaction though.
I'm pretty sure you hit it. If they are dissatisfied with your performance, they can stuff it.
Oh, there we go. Power up your pilot. Oh, it's also an RPG? Okay. And I get like a bar. That's interesting.
Yep.
Um, well, it says he's a wizard
Well,
with
why not
machine.
just put it all into flying? Because here's my thoughts. This game is entirely about flying, so if you're just the best at flying, you'll be the best at the game.
Yeah, there you go. I have to destroy a truck. Okay.
When it's crossing the river.
For the river. Oh, this one's in a completely different perspective.
Yeah. Presumably because you're
yeah.
strafing the truck.
Ah. Alright, well.
Plane damage 100%.
Mission rating fatal. Whoa!
0. I don't know. We thought this guy was pretty competent because, like, he did one bombing mission and then put all his points into flying, so we thought he'd be really good at this, but as it turns out, it was a failure by pretty much every possible measure.
Oh god, they give you like a tombstone for him too. That's just morbid. Alright, well. Video games, everybody.
Gems.
Videogam. Alright, I'm gonna toss this up quick. No, not that one. Not that one either. There it is. I will be right back. And then we will play GeoGuessr.
Awesome. Which means it's time for me to hijack the stream again.
Yes.
What up, chat? Crashing the stream with no survivor. Yeah, no, this pretty much is how it works, yeah. When the Jane Witch cries, none will be left alive. They'll kill them all for making her. Straw rats. Excited for Star Wars, Trey? Yeah. I want to see it, but money. Fair? It's very good, though. If you can scrounge up the bucks, I highly recommend. I feel like you guys are quoting a thing that I am just not familiar with. I hated episode 7, so no episode 8 for me. I suppose that's fair. I thought that episode 8 was much better than 7, but granted, I liked 7 to begin with, so I don't know if that translates to your metrics. I'm excited for 8, but hate going to theaters. Yeah, I mean, it'd be if you hate going to theaters, I would say it's worth the wait if you don't if you just aren't comfortable with theaters. You opened the virtual keyboard. You're gonna need to fix that. It's the keyboard-shaped button on the taskbar. Or not. 2 virtual keyboards somehow. What is Windows 8? Oh, wait, no, this is the controller software. I see. I mean, you're probably just gonna have to eject the controller from your devices. Like, go to your devices menu. There you go. Okay. I will tame main. Jane is probably still muted on the stream. She just got back and was fiddling with something that to try and disconnect the controller.
Hello again, everybody. Sorry
Can
about
everybody hear Jane?
sorry about that conversation. You probably only heard half of. I was still muted on the stream.
I see.
I had an incident with my words are hard with my controller, but it's good now. Do I just have like a thing for Vivaldi? I forget if I do or not. I do.
So are we gonna do competitive GeoGuessr, or are we just gonna work on the same thing together?
We're just gonna collaborate because I don't find competitive GeoGuessr terribly fun, to be honest with you.
Fair enough.
Um, did I just accidentally figure out how to use the snipping tool in OBS? I may have. Hold on. Try to snap this into just the playfield window. Are you guys seeing this red wireframe at all?
They probably aren't.
Or,
But it's just the entire Vivaldi window right now, so I don't.
okay. I don't know how that's supposed to work then.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'll figure that out some
So
other
did we
time.
just do the entire world? That's
Yep.
what's going on here?
Yep. And then we can do more specialized ones later if you want. You will need to keep an eye on chat for me since I can't have that up
Okay.
at the same time,
I will dual
unfortunately.
screen this.
Alright, so we could be literally anywhere in the world right now. It's always a
Yep.
good place to start out as far as geoguessing goes.
Yep.
Um, let's see here. I like this weird tree. It's pretty gnarly. Hmm. Well, we got like a little hamlet down here.
A hamlet.
Yes.
How quaint. This is looking pretty European right now.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like maybe America, but I don't know. I'm thinking you're right with the
If
Europe.
there's cobblestone, oh yeah, this. That house is probably older than our country.
Quite possibly. I don't see no signs though, which is always.
Like, somebody made a comment on about like how they went to Paris and there was a tour guide showing them around, and the tour guide was like, "Oh, you won't find that cathedral all that interesting. It's only from the 1400s." Um, to which they had to point out that's still older than literally any structure in North America. Or not any structure, but than anything they have in the U.S. Let me put it that way, because Mexico has hella old.
What about the snake mound?
I don't really know a whole lot about it. Sort of like, yeah, like anything that would scan to a European
As the
person
building,
as a
okay,
structure.
yeah. I don't know how old the snake mound stuff is though, to be quite fair. So that might also not be older.
I mean, it might be older.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a sign like this before, so I'm guessing Europe.
It's an imperial, isn't it?
3
No, that's
meters?
3.4 meters.
Yeah. If it was an imperial, that would probably mean we were in England, because I think they use like a mixture over there, don't they?
Mm. Yeah, they do. But like England is like a place that still uses imperial for some things.
And there's like one other country, I think it's like Liberia or something, is the other one that uses.
Well, yeah, but Liberia was founded by a bunch of African Americans, so it stands.
Yeah. Paysot. Okay. Paysot. Payzoot. Who knows? I don't know. This, like, I don't know. What language does Paysot sound like to you?
Sounds like something.
You can't see me nodding my head, but I am. Prabarnier. I'm gonna say maybe France?
I don't know about how I feel about France, but I feel like you're in the right.
Mm,
I was thinking it might be Dutch. Although Paysot doesn't actually sound that Dutch, but that's what I was thinking based on how the geography and the terrain was looking.
maybe...
The level of geometry.
I don't have any more authority on that subject than you do. I haven't been to Holland since I was like 2. L'Eclusal Siciaries.
Yeah.
What the fuck is a
It's
clusal?
French.
What's a clusal?
All we need to know is that, which could put us in either France or Belgium,
Yeah.
or Switzerland.
Put
It puts us in one of 3 places.
put us like here.
It's actually a pretty significant radius.
I don't know that we're gonna get more than that though, because like we seem to be pretty far from any major roads.
Yeah, we are in the boondocks.
Well, no, we're in a French-speaking area, so it's Les Boondocks.
Les boondocks. Mais oui. Je suis in les boondocks.
I guess these are like all the names of these little villages out here. I don't know. Hey,
You know what? I'm tempted to say Switzerland because I don't recognize like these names, and
Maybe.
like that might be Romansh.
Well, put us like here because it's like on the border. That seems like a good, safe guess. Hopefully. Okay, we were in France, but we still got a fair amount of points.
Okay.
We were in,
we were in pretty central France.
where the hell, like, in this no man's land between, like, three larger cities.
Yeah, but relative to the world, that was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, I accidentally opened it in
I
Google
do
Maps.
forget that they put their, that they give us points scaled to, like, what the, possible targets were.
Yeah. Like, I think it's hard to get, or like a horrible score unless you're like on the wrong continent or something.
On the wrong continent.
Or if you're on the other side of Brazil. That's the other one.
This is looking pretty Midwest.
Yeah. Or, maybe like Canada somewhere is the other thing, maybe.
Yeah. Could be Canada. Sea
Oh,
Lakes.
Canada. Oh, Canada.
North of Montpellier, where Rayman's made. That is, in fact, the most significant thing that Montpellier has going for it.
J&K's Holfery House. Halfery House? I can't really read that.
I think that's Halfway House.
Halfway House. What's a halfway house?
I feel like I'm not entirely sure. Let me look this up.
Okay.
I have a vague idea, but I don't want to say something without and be wrong about it because there's nothing that drives me more crazy with video game things than like hearing the presenters talk about something and just like getting it so severely wrong.
Oh, but
that's just because I'm extremely anal retentive and know about basically everything, at least on the surface.
But that's like half the fun of being a Twitch streamer is you get to spread misinformation of all types.
We get enough of that from the government these days.
Da-do-da-do.
Alright.
Wow.
A halfway house is an institution that allows people with physical, mental, or emotional disabilities, or those with criminal backgrounds to learn or relearn the necessary skills to reintegrate into society. As well as serving as a residence, halfway houses provide social, medical, psychiatric, educational, and other similar services.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's pretty much a US thing.
Well,
but apparently there are some also in the UK and Canada.
We're probably in North America then, but I don't know how much else we're gonna get. Like,
I mean, we could be in Canada.
Well, I said North America.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we could be in the U. Well, no, they don't.
I doubt we're in the UK. We've been on this for too long without seeing anything resembling.
And I think they have different signs in the UK, don't they?
Yeah, no, these look like North American stop signs.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get anything else though. Where?
I mean, we could keep looking. Maybe we'll have it hot.
Maybe. Also, you keep going to space.
Comcast needs to like stop.
You know what?
We had an outage last night. It was pretty frustrating.
That sounds dumb.
Not last night, the other night. But yeah.
Yeah, it's weird that I have like decent internet service because the company I'm with is Blue Ridge Telecommunications, and they serve like the Poconos, and that's it. It's like a very regional company. And then you go slightly farther south in Pennsylvania and you get Service Electric, who I think also offer internet these days. I actually have some nostalgia for Service Electric because they used to, with their cable package, they would have one of those channels that was just like a scrolling TV listing for every other channel they offered. And they would be playing music in the background, and I used to fall asleep with that on. That and the Weather Channel. Well, we're in America. I think that's an American flag. Honestly, it's kind of hard to tell. Um, I don't know. Where are you feeling here?
This could be anywhere, so just like put it in somewhere on the Mississippi River.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. Where is Mississippi? Hold on, here it is. And then the river just kind of goes. We'll put it's like here. I don't know.
Yeah.
This weird place. Well, we were much farther north, but that's not too terrible. We were in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Like right near the Minnesota border. No, that gets 1 star. Ooh, okay, well we're in a city. I'm thinking maybe Eastern Europe or something.
That graffiti looks Cyrillic.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks a little bit like... Well, no, that's numbers. For a second I thought that was like the thing that looks like a 3, but I think that might actually just be numbers. I guess it's kind of hard to say for sure one way or the other. This person just has like a metal hoop in their backyard stuck through this wooden structure. That's interesting. Ooh, look at the framing on this picture.
Something.
Yeah. What's this guy up to? He's hanging out. He's got
a bag.
Yeah. Oh, hello.
Oh.
Yeah, we're definitely in somewhere that uses the Cyrillic alphabet. Unless that's not Greek, is it? That's definitely Cyrillic.
No, that's super not Greek. That's definitely Cyrillic.
And here's some actual Cyrillic graffiti. Well, that only narrows it down to Russia and also a couple other countries.
It narrows it down to 1/3 of Europe.
Yeah. 300 meters that way for this. Do you want to go get some of this?
I don't know what that is, so no.
But it could be anything. It could even be pizza.
By that principle, it could also be a snake in my...
Babe, you cut out right as you said snake in my...
boot. The word was boot.
There's a snake in my boot. Toy Story. What is this?
This looks disrepaired enough to be the Eastern Bloc.
That's not very nice. I mean, I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but, you know. What? I'm trying to think of, like...
The problem here is that we can't read Cyrillic.
Yeah.
We can't read Skrillex.
Can't read Skrillex. What's up? My name is Jordan. I'm 19. I never learned how to fucking read. Am I crazy, or does, like, every business in this city have this sign? Like, just red and then the name.
It seems to be a very common type of sign.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, this seems like a decently sized town, but, like, we could be...
I'm gonna put this in... Not Russia? Either Ukraine or Belarus.
Yeah, but then if it's, like, over here somewhere, we're, like, super
It looks
wrong.
too warm to be in Siberia.
Well, this over here isn't Siberia. It's just, like, Western Russia.
I mean, I guess.
But that said, I mean, we're not going to get anything by putting it in the middle of Russia either, so... Maybe we will...
Because it's literally Russia.
Maybe we will just, like, put
Like,
it in,
I'm hedging my bets here, saying put it on the border between Belarus and Ukraine.
Well, I think, like, this spot here would cover, like, the most ground. So, I don't know.
I have no particular objections.
Alright, well, we were in Western Russia. We were...
Yeah, your guess was closer.
We were in Yashkar Ola. Yeah, that gets a 3. Honestly, maybe 3 was too generous, but I can't give, like...
No, I guess we're just back in Russia or Scandinavia.
50. 50 what?
Heinz?
What did he say?
He said, "Hey, not bad." He was saying, "Hey." So I was assuming from his reaction this might be Canada, which is also cool.
Hey Heinz, where is this? You're Canadian, you'd know.
I don't think this is. It might not be Canada.
I think it might actually be one of the Nordic countries. You get those a lot in GeoGuessr. Like Sweden, Norway, Denmark occasionally. Also,
yeah, this seems kind of Scandinavian, but I'm not entirely sure.
It might be Canadian too, though. That's the thing. Or some other cold area.
It's very similar climates. After all, like
you also get
like
Finland.
Canada.
You also
right, so, signs, please be legible. They're not legible.
You can kind of make them out from here.
Hardly. It looks German.
Or like, I'm thinking maybe Norwegian.
I mean, well, but, I mean, it looks to be somewhere in that general language family.
Yeah, the Germanic languages. I don't actually know if Norway is a Germanic language, but I think it is.
I mean, I don't know how they are classified. They are more closely related to German than other languages.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. I don't know things about much sometimes. Hey, you guys want to go to Ellingsater?
This might be Norway.
It also is using this character, which is like an A with an E bolted onto it.
It's the AE ligature.
Yeah, I think that is a feature that is used in Norwegian.
Yeah, I'm thinking Norway, because this is enough snow that it's definitely not Denmark.
Well, I don't know. How cold does Denmark get?
Well, I mean, the thing is that, like, of the Scandinavian countries, like, this is one of the few things I know about Scandinavia. Denmark is the one that's not really good for any of those winter things. Because, so you sometimes get Americans coming to ski in Denmark and complaining about how they can't ski in Denmark, because Denmark is not good for ski.
Very true. Did you also know that all 3 Nordic countries have monarchies still?
Have what?
Monarchies still.
Yes, I am aware of this. They are all kingdoms.
Yes. Not Finland, though. Finland is not a Nordic country. It's sort of its own thing.
Yeah.
You do get Finland a lot in GeoGuessr as well. So it might be Finland, but I don't think it's Finland. I think it's Norway.
I don't know Finnish, but that looked more like Norwegian than Finnish to me. Because it didn't have like 15 Ks in it.
Yeah, Finnish has a very distinct look to it. Finnish and Estonian.
Yeah, like it did not look like
lots
that.
of like doubled vowels and Ks and such. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get much else here.
Let's give it a try.
I guess.
I walk a lonely road. Went black for a bit.
Yeah, that's because I was just pressing the arrow key too fast. Normally I use the mouse to do this, but now it's doing that thing where it tries to shuffle me back and forth. Okay, fine. Oh, what in the world? Oh, like a little toll booth. What's all
Let's
this?
look at the text in here.
Hellebeck Cafe
okay.
Kicker.
This sounds Finnish.
Yeah, that's a little bit more. Maybe we're like on the Sweden-Finland border. Havreslia Hitter, 10 kilometers. I like their curtain. It's like this quaint little flower pattern. The mystery deepens. Boy, I would hate to be, like, part of the garbage team that has to come out and pick up, like, these dumpsters in the middle of just absolutely nowhere.
I don't know. I feel like that might be a little bit calming, especially at this time of year.
Maybe.
It's just like, well, it'd be either calming or extremely boring.
I guess it depends on what kind of person you are. Like, I like to be near...
I guess this is actually why talkers on their, like, CV so much. Because, like, you're driving for miles and miles with nothing to do. You need something to, like, take your mind off of the monotony, or you get road hypnosis.
I actually know somebody who was a trucker for FedEx, and, which, hey, FedEx, they're still around, somehow. He said a couple times, like, you get really bored, like in the Midwest, with basically nothing to do or even look at for miles on end.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we're not going to get a ton more out of this one. I'm going to put us, like...
Fortunately, none of these countries are fuck off here.
Yeah. I'm going to put us near Calix in Sweden. Oh, we were in Norway. We should have went with our first guess. But,
yeah, we probably should have.
We were in, like, central Norway. Pretty far from any major city, or even, like, small towns. Oh, there's Ellingsater.
Yeah.
Vestasvegan. Interesting.
Vestasve.
That gets a 1 star. I'm sorry. I guess I should have given it 2 because there was some information, but This is
feeling slightly southern Midwest, or just southern in general.
Maybe like
in terms of climate.
Yeah, like Georgia or something, maybe.
Maybe.
I drove through Georgia on my way down to Florida last year. Well, technically not last year yet, but that's not English.
Nope.
Tob Kub Tepa 3. What?
Let's keep going and see if we can find any information. We might be in Asia.
That could well be. We could be in like Malaysia or something.
Actually, probably not. The only Asian language that uses Roman characters that I know of is Vietnam, and that was not Vietnam.
Yeah, but some of them use English for like road signs and such, don't they?
I don't really think so.
No?
But so I'm thinking that we might be in somewhere in the Latin America area.
Quite possibly.
Considerably large.
It wouldn't shock me.
So we're not literally 2/3 of the American continent.
Yeah, it might be Brazil, because you get Brazil a lot in GeoGuessr. Although, I don't know. I was gonna say it doesn't quite look hot enough to be Brazil, but for one thing...
No, this looks like a pretty humid climate. There aren't any coniferous trees.
Yeah, like that, and also, I mean, it could very easily have just been, like, northern Brazil. Or, well, I guess southern Brazil is actually where it would get colder, wouldn't it? Because, like, the equator runs near the top of Brazil, I think.
Yeah. It probably doesn't get that cold in southern Brazil either, though. It doesn't until you're in Argentina and Chile.
Yeah, but I mean, just, like, more temperate.
Yeah.
Yada-dee-da-da-da. There was a cell phone tower. Let's look at this.
I think that's actually just like a power line.
Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know why I said cell phone.
Yeah, high tension power line.
Can we like catch up to this bus? No, it does not.
They usually blur out the license, don't they?
Yeah, but I was hoping that maybe it would have like something written on the side, maybe, or something like that. But oh well. Because if we could get like a language, that would help a lot. Oh, here's another bus. Or that's a truck. Completely unmarked.
Particular labeling.
Oh. Oh no!
Not again.
We're in Russia? No.
This- How
No.
did it, man?
Like, I know the thing about Russia being like a frozen wasteland is a stereotype, but there's parts of Russia that look like this?
I guess.
Maybe?
Actually, now that I think about it, most of this is very forest. It's all fields, so this would probably be
Maybe, like,
somewhere in the more temperate areas
like
of Russia.
down here somewhere?
Maybe.
Like, near Novosibirsk?
Like, this is looking like
Or,
beat up enough to be in the more Asian parts of Russia.
like,
In the farther east.
yeah, like, maybe near the Chinese border or something.
I was actually thinking near Kazakhstan.
Maybe. Well, no, isn't that drier? Like, more, I mean,
Maybe.
honestly, I'm not 100% sure, but I thought that was more, like, fields and such.
I mean, Russia's
Whereas,
fuck off huge.
like,
no matter where we guess, we could be extremely far in any direction.
the reason I'm favoring, like, far eastern Russia is because I've had a few guesses that were in, like, Indonesia or Thailand, and it looked sort of like this.
Yeah, I get ya.
So, I don't know. I guess I will put us down, like... Yeah, sure, we'll be in Blagoveshchensk, or Blagoveshchensk. This could be totally way off. And it was! We weren't even in Russia! We were in the Ukraine. Wow.
Which we should have known from the fertile tracts of land.
I guess... Wow. Jeez, that one was a nightmare. That, like, totally tanked our score. We were doing great until that one.
Yeah.
Oh well. I will be right back, and then we'll try, you want to do, like, an American map, or...
Well, actually, we're pretty much coming up on time. I don't know if we have enough entire map.
Well, do you want to do one more? If you're good, we can wrap it up, but...
I think we should wrap it up right now at the risk of going over.
Alright. Well, in that case, I will see you guys, tomorrow night, when I will be streaming with the Shapes and Forms group, or, well, we're not entirely sure who all will be there yet, but it will be Shapes and Forms, as I normally do on Friday, but there was an availability issue this week, so we mixed the days up.
Yeah.
And I
Schedule's got one.
Yeah. I will possibly also be streaming on Sunday. There will be updates about that in my on my Twitter page, which is linked in the bit below the viewing window where I have all my stuff around the internet. So, thank you guys for coming out. It was great having you guys here. I forgot to change my game, so it's going to say that we were playing Kirby the entire time, which isn't true.
Blatant lie.
But, oh well.
Yeah, I do that all the time on my stream. I need to, like...
Yeah, it's hard. There's actually a bot you can get that, like, picks up what game you're playing and changes it automatically, but I don't know how to set that up. Anyway. Yeah, thanks for coming out. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good evening. Hold on, I'm gonna try to make my thing. There we go, I did it, yay! Witchy. See you guys tomorrow. Oh, and one last thing, if you'd like to be notified of when I go live, feel free to follow the channel. See ya!